The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Welcome everyone to episode 88 of the Daily Swole. Welcome on Periscope, welcome on Busker, YouTube, of course, SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher. Welcome to episode 88 of the Daily Swole. Today, talking about how you can build muscle without variety. Now, this is not necessarily a play on words, and it's not necessarily 100% true, like it's the only way. And I've said this a lot of different times. There's no one way to build muscle. There's no one way to lose fat. There are general ideas. We're all human beings. We all have 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs, but we're all different. So you have to understand that we're all coming not only from different genetic perspectives, but we're also coming from different histories and different backgrounds, different jobs, different experiences with fitness. So your body does have a memory. Your body does have kind of like layers, like a tree, layers of experiences, injuries, certain movement patterns. So we're all different, yet we're all the same. Now, over the last 10, 15 years with the advent and when P90X came out, and as you know, as some of you know, some of you don't know that I'm very involved with P90X. I've been in the video games. I've been in a lot of continuing education, taught the certification, one of the few master instructors in the country for years for P90X. I know Tony Horton personally. He's a great guy. And so the program, which is really popular, which is a great workout program because it's actual real exercise, which is why it got popular, it really brought variety and the term muscle confusion into the mix. Now, there's really no such thing as muscle confusion. The muscle's not like, what is this movement? I don't understand. It doesn't really work like that. It's not like the muscle has a brain inside it. It responds, it relays information to the central nervous system, and the central nervous system, the brain and the spinal cord, responds with certain actions and reactions. So, this muscle confusion principle means to mix it up, means to add new stimuli, means to add a new stimulus, to add stimuli. What's going on Busker? To your workout program, to the muscles. That way you can stimulate, and that way the alarm reaction will stimulate new growth, will cause new growth or development or adaptation. Here's why that's not true. Here's why you don't need variety. And that's because if you keep a workout program standardized, and that means the same and regular with, like, let's say 8 to 12 repetitions with a certain amount of sets, with a certain exercise to failure, regular basis, your body can adapt. Hell yeah, I'm big. Your body can adapt. Your body can adapt. If you give your body a regular response or a regular chance to respond to a stimulus, it has a chance to adapt. Think about this. If you're on an assembly line and you have, let's say, a hammer or nail you have to hammer in every 2 seconds. Hammer. You can get regular, you can adapt, you can get efficient, you can be regular with that output. It's like, Henry Ford's assembly line. But if it's random, if you're doing high reps, low reps, crazy, exercises, standard barbell exercises, band exercises, you're swimming, you're running, you're lifting weights, you're playing basketball, martial arts, your body has no fucking idea what to adapt to. Your body has no idea what to adapt to. It has no chance. No, keeping it random is going to completely over-confuse your body, if you want to use that term, and your body will have a very hard time adapting to anything, being efficient at anything, developing the muscles, ligaments, and tendinous structures to anything, and you're more likely to get injured. You'd think by doing all this different stuff, you're well-versed and I do a little bit of everything, my body's adapted. No, chances are it hasn't adapted really well to any one thing, and you might actually be increasing your risk at injury when you go all out doing any one of those activities. So if you want to be a great basketball player, guess what you have to do? You have to practice basketball. If you want to be a great weight trainer, you have to practice with weights. If you want to be a baseball player or card player, if you want to get good at editing videos, if you want to get good at riding a bicycle, you have to practice, right? Practice makes perfect. Send me some hearts. Give me some hearts on Periscope and Busker if you agree. Perfect practice makes perfect. Right? Show me that you're still alive. You don't have to type, but float some hearts out there. All right, so we agree. Good, I appreciate that. I like that interaction. That's even easier. So to practice, you get better at something. So let's say you do a little bit of everything. Yeah, perfect practice makes perfect. Carnegie, that's a great quote. If you go hard at basketball, but you never play basketball, you play basketball once a week, but you go hard, you're more likely to tweak something playing basketball than if you expose yourself to those kind of movements and those quick stops and starts on a regular basis. If you train specifically for basketball. If you're doing basketball, then you're skiing, and then you're lifting weights, and you're going for a run. You're doing so many different activities, your body has a tough time adapting and either building muscular endurance or building muscular strength or building muscular size. And that's why a lot of people get hurt skiing. That's why a lot of people get hurt playing golf. You're like, why the fuck do people get hurt playing golf? You're just sitting there swinging. Well, first off, you're doing a violently transverse rotational movement for people that are generally desk jockeys, sitting down 80 hours a week, and all of a sudden going out on the weekends, moving one direction, whoomp, swinging and torquing with a metal club. That's why you get hurt, okay? Because you go from being sedentary to all of a sudden whipping yourself around rotationally, which is the plane of motion where people get more injuries like normally, let alone like torquing one direction over and over again. You never go lefty and righty. You go one direction over and over again. So you're creating a quick, forceful movement in golf, for example, or tennis. And these are classic activities for people that are usually sedentary. You work in the office, oh, I'm playing tennis this weekend. You work in the office all day, oh, I'm playing golf. So like what you're getting is sedentary to extreme, forceful, rotational movement. What you have to understand is the principle of muscle confusion with P90X, the principle of variety, the principle of adaptation is this. You have an alarm reaction. You institute a new stress to the environment, your body freaks out and has swelling response and inflammation response, and boom, you have this reaction. Then, with that constant exposure to that same response, to that same stimulus, your body starts to either build muscle, develop endurance. Your body starts to proceed with adapting to that response, whether it's increasing mitochondrial density for aerobic activity and more muscular endurance and higher repetitions and longer duration of force output, or you start increasing the cross-sectional diameter and cross-sectional area of the muscle, and your body actually gets larger, hypertrophy. But you need to give your body that adaptation, that stimulus, for a few to several weeks at a time to allow it the chance to respond. That's why CrossFit, that's why all this random training shit and like high-intensity classes and random cross-training doesn't often get people exactly what they want, because their body's trying to adapt to too many things. There's no set goal. It's random exercise. There's no program design. It's not training. It's exercise. It's just a workout. There's a reason why it's called workout of the day, WOD for CrossFit, because it's a workout. It's random shit taken out of a hat. It's movement. It exhausts you. It's like closing your eyes, spinning around 10 times, and throwing a handful of darts at the wall and hoping one comes close to the bullseye. That's what CrossFit is. I don't care who's telling you otherwise. If you're doing something different, then you're not doing CrossFit. Because training is periodized progression towards a goal. You need to be training. You need to have a goal. You need to be working towards a finish line, towards a specific adaptation, towards a specific response. That's why building muscle and shredding fat at the same time is the body doesn't really do it. The body picks one thing and focuses on that. It's hard to do a recomposition. Its body doesn't really react like that. Okay? So that's why you need to get better at one thing. That's the way it is. A marathon runner an Ironman is a 2-mile swim. It's a 112 mile bike ride or something like that, and then a marathon. So an Ironman athlete and a marathon runner will win. If you have an Ironman athlete and someone from the Tour de France, the person from the Tour de France will win. If you have an Ironman athlete and someone in the swimming Olympics or something like that, you'll have the swimmer win. The Ironman can be very good or excellent at all three of those things, but they're not going to be amazing. I've done zero anabolics. Leave it to Periscope, right? That's why Busker's getting more popular. So I'll take some questions in a second, but that's why. That is why variety can be bad. Okay? It's not bad if you change it up, but you need to give your body the chance to adapt. It's okay to mix up. It's okay to go heavy for a while, for 4 weeks, for 8 weeks, for 12 weeks. But then you need to back off and start doing some stabilization, start doing some endurance training, start doing some yoga more. You need to go through, you can't overload your muscle too much for months on end. You'll burn out and overtrain, but you have to periodize. But you can't do random shit every day or you're not. Yeah, that's a great way to do it on Periscope. Same routine for 8 weeks and then change it up. Yeah, and I'm not saying you have to do the same exercise in the same order, but if you're doing, let's say, heavy weight training and you're doing 4 or 5 days a week, do your exercises and pick like 8 to 12 repetitions to failure. Pick larger lifts. Do a bodybuilding type split for that. Do like 8 to 12 reps or 6 to 12 reps for that period, and then maybe do a period where you're doing like 15 to 20 reps or 12 to 20 repetitions for like a 4-week period, and then go back to it. Give your body a little reprieve for the heavy overload and then go back. That's the style that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the actual exercise themselves because that's almost irrelevant at this point. You can watch my other episodes of the Daily Swole. You can catch them on SoundCloud and iTunes and also on YouTube. But the principle is the most important thing. When you go to the gym, it doesn't have to be this most random conglomerate of different shit every day. Yesterday, I broadcast a workout on Busker and Periscope for chest. I was like, you know what? And I just did flies the whole time. I burned out with some lighter dumbbell presses, like 70s at the end. I did heavy dumbbell flies for like 10, 12 sets. I just did them until I felt like I can't do any flies anymore. I just did flies only, and I wanted to make a point. I do this on my own training. This is my own training. This is what I would normally do. But sometimes you don't have to do 4 or 5 different exercises in one workout. Sometimes you just got to pick an exercise and just blast it, and that's variety in itself. I was still going heavy, but the movement was different. I just pounded one exercise. Why? Why do you have to do flies and then crossovers and then pec deck and then flat bench and then incline bench and then decline bench? Why do you have to do all those different things? You think your body is getting all the results from all those different angles, from all those different movements? No, you're fatigued for some of those. You're actually burnt out. You don't need to do crazy amounts of variety. You need to work the chest and you need to blast it. I'm not saying pick one exercise every workout, but that is also a form of variety. I'm still going heavy. I'm still doing hypertrophic rep ranges of 6 to 12 repetitions, but I'm focusing on 1 or maybe 2 exercises and just blasting it until my muscle is cooked. Okay? I'm opening it right now for questions. If you have any questions on Busker and Periscope, I will stay for a few minutes after. Keep online. I'm just going to sign off right now on YouTube, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 88 of The Daily Mother Swole. Talk about why you don't need variety, and I would know. Look at those fucking pipes. Make sure to stay tuned on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Swolenormous, for all my playlists, my raw videos, Daily Swole, Driving While Gaining, my vlog series, Swole Motion, my workout videos, Eli's playlist. I got so much shit on my YouTube channel. It's ridiculous. My Snapchat, Swolenormous, and of course, Busker and Periscope. And I'm going to be broadcasting from one or both today and for all my future workouts. Also, Swolenormous Premium, my accountability group where I post live yoga workouts, live real workouts in my secret Facebook page, Private Scopes. You could sign up, $4.99 a month. We get accountability. We do one-on-one diet programming and one-on-one weight training program design in my private Facebook page. You could sign up at swolenormous.com as my website. And it's a really great community. It's like Busker. It's small, it's tight-knit, and it's a great group of people, like-minded individuals who are looking to get results and lose weight, build muscle. So you post up your information, you sign in, you fill out the application, you sign up, and you get started. You join the group and you start typing up your goals, and I get in there, we all get in there and start working on your program design and tweaking and making sure you stay on track. So people are already losing great weight. It's awesome. I love Swolenormous Premium, and that's where I do my private scopes for all my workouts. So if I'm talking about a workout, you don't see it. It's because it's a private scope for members only. So you can check that out at my website, swolenormous.com. Again, I'll stay for a few minutes. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow, all at 12 noon Eastern Time on The Daily Swole. Peace.